For this next part, I want to shoot just one long take. You know, get some smooth flowing street skating through New York. You'll need to hit every object before my film runs out. Who's feeling the vibe?
Sup guys, Silent here with, in my opinion, the most stacked skateboarding team ever. I got all my favorites, all-star team in my opinion, and I really do like this chapter. It's a lot of fun, very, very entertaining goals, and you get to play as pros. I mean, what more could you ask for? In my opinion, this is the hardest goal in this chapter. Don't jump too high there, else you land in that little balcony thingy. Really messes up your flow, and you're like, well, where the fuck am I? Plus it wastes time. So I don't know, I have a predetermined way of how I do this, because it just sort of directs you on different paths you can take, and you just sort of have to choose which ones. Don't get lost, or else, well, then you waste time, and you know, you got 60 points you have to hit, and not too much time to do it in, so it doesn't really leave too much room for error. But yeah, still a solid goal, lots of fun. I like doing big combos, so it's kind of for me. And I think this would be more suited for a street skater, since there's a lot of street skating involved and not so much vert. Coming up near the end here, that one I missed, but I come back for it later. There's a lot of points on this particular ledge, so keep you balanced and get them all. One thing that kind of pisses me off about these icons is that sometimes you go right through them and it doesn't count it. It's kind of weird detection there, but yeah, there we go. Hit the spot, cleared. Alright, so I'm going to mix it up and I'm going to do a vert to go along with the street challenge I just did, and I'm going to start off with San Diego.
No one's ever shot in San Diego like this before. I've got filmers spread all across Balboa Park. We just need a burly vert dog to try and hit all the transfers we've set up.
Gotta give it up to Burnquist, legendary vert skater, and all-around badass. This goal is easy for one simple fact, and that is the icons, those fist icons. A very good indicator as to where all the photographers are set up. Really helps you out. You know, from certain angles you can see like, oh, there was a guy up there, right? But I do clear out some of the other ones before I get to those guys. There's ones by these stair steps, and even beyond these stairs are more photographers, like by where you got the secret tape in San Diego. I'll show you right now. Boom, fist icons, okay, very helpful. It just comes down to execution. Like, if you can execute good vert transfers, then you know what, you will have no trouble with this goal whatsoever. There's only one transfer that could potentially give you any difficulty. It's just checking for other photographers. There is none. So I'm just gonna go up here, because I saw, I guess, some guys up here earlier. And speed's kind of another thing. I mean, speed and angling. Just gotta make sure you get enough speed to do it. And there's another guy, same side, just over this one. Now, I'm gonna set up a spine transfer so I can get the most difficult transfer here. So, build up your speed. And there you go. Now, you may have noticed a second photographer that was uncomfortably close to the first one. Well, that was just for that small little transfer there. In fact, they asked me to be best man at their wedding, so best regards. Let's move on to Slamma Jamma.
Check it. Peralta pulled some strings and got us onto the Slam City course after hours. This setup is perfect for a real street technician. We should be able to shoot some nice long combo lines. I've only got enough footage for a set number of lines, so hit as many markers in one combo as you can. Get them all, and we'll have a killer part.
Okay, so since Mullen's already been picked, we're going to go with Costin. They are both very good for the combo type goals. Pretty much your go-to guys, in my opinion, because they both have maxed out rail and manual stats. So that's kind of ideal for these types of goals. Not too much in the way of advice. Just be careful, be wise with what you do. Get all the markers that are in close proximity of one another, and just be smart when forming your line here. I try and get as many as I can within like the first line or combo, and then I just kind of coast through the rest of it with the 5 remaining combos I have. So I managed to get 21. That's pretty good in my opinion. I could have got them all, but I messed up a little bit there. So I'll just finish up, and oh crap, I'm missing 2. It's okay, I know where they are. Just over there, saw it. Fist icons once again are my savior. So there you go. Finished in 2 combos. As simple as that. Alright, next up I'm going to do the New Jersey Spine Transfer Challenge.
Peralta was right. This old spine is a bit ghetto, but it'll definitely turn heads if one of you guys can get over it. Pull these tricks as you go over it, and we'll have a killer part to lead off the team video.
Alright, so ideally you would want a vert skater, but since the only 2 guys I have left are both vert skaters, I guess it doesn't matter who I pick. But Bucky Lassick has sort of a weird trick set. I kind of forgot about that. I mean, look at this. Ollie North, finger flip. He's got an airwalk where his tail grab should be. It's just a mess. What is this sorcery? Like, I don't even know all these tricks. What is this? But the same strategy holds true that I've used pretty much since the beginning. And then I guess one thing I didn't really mention was the fact that I do other tricks that aren't on the list of tricks there, just in case they pop up. Like, see, I did a melon before it even popped up, and then it's cleared already. Then it goes fast here, but it's just sort of a psych out. Yeah, not too many tricks to the point where it's hard to handle. And that's it, guys. Next up, Florida.
Okay, I got a cool concept for someone's part. Let's do it video game style. We'll shoot 4 sick combo lines. First combo, you can use whatever you want. Next, only Tony Hawk 3 stuff, no spine transfers. Then, only Tony Hawk 2 stuff, no reverts or spine transfers. And finally, only Tony Hawk 1 tricks, no manuals, reverts, or spine transfers. We might need an old school Tony Hawk vet to try this one.
A Tony Hawk vet? Hell, we'll get Tony Hawk himself and bust out some awesome combos. This goal just requires overcoming a certain, like, force of habit, you know, and in my head I would think, okay, for this one I'm gonna air out and then go on that ledge and grind, but you can't do that since there's no spine transfers. Just gotta break your own habits for this particular goal. Funny thing is, you can still wall plant. Like, usually they fail you right away if you do anything you're not supposed to do, but I guess they never said no Tony Hawk Underground stuff. This time, no reverts, so stick with your flatland. You can do that. You can do grinding. It's all fine and dandy. Last one is also kind of easy. I mean, you just gotta switch your grind a bunch. Make sure you're balanced properly. And just for extra assurance, I bust out an air at the end just to build up my multiplier a little bit more, and that goal is done with.
The leap of faith's got nothing on this spot. Roll off the end of the hotel and acid drop to the quarter pipe below. Use that speed to spine up to the far roof and then hit the next 2 spines in a row. Who's got the nuts to try it?
Well, apparently that random skater's got the nuts to try it, so I look like a complete coward and amateur if I pussied out now. I think it'd be funny if, like, you picked Jamie Thomas for this, and the guy was just like, leap of faith got nothing on this spot, and then Jamie Thomas just comes across the room, punches the guy in the face, and like, bitch, don't talk about leap of faith! You don't know nothing about leap of faith, you motherfucker! Because that's definitely what Jamie Thomas sounds like.
I heard another pro tried to film the BC Spine series and busted his collarbone. If one of you guys can pull all 3 spines and get a big combo, we'll have this team video made.
One thing I guess I failed to mention that you guys have already probably noticed by now is that if you finish all the goals and go through all your team members and then you come back, your skater takes on the challenge himself. So we're coming up on the end of the spine transfer series, and look at that, I avoided a busted collarbone. Look at that shit, that's magical. Now all that's left to do is throw down a combo, 200,000 points. Simple enough. Next up is the final segment, which takes place in Moscow. See you guys then.
We could cap the team video with some high grind lines in Moscow. Who wants to leave his mark on Red Square?
Those ledges are rough, so make sure you warm up before you go.
Man, I look like a crazy person in front of that photographer talking to myself like that. I mean, it's like, alright, self, I gotta sit you down for a pep talk. Oh, what about? Well, those ledges look pretty rough. Oh, really? Yeah, you better warm up. But I'd look like the biggest Nancy boy if I warmed up for the easiest team challenge out of all of them, even after doing some team challenges that required more skill beforehand. Man, that photographer's looking at us awfully weird. Maybe we should stop talking to ourselves. Man, I got really carried away with that. Anyways, next up is the finale of Let's Play Tony Hawk's Underground. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys tune in next time for the finale. Silent signing out.